Good morning. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. Thomas Edison said, "I know the world is ruled by infinite intelligence. Everything that surrounds us, everything that exists, proves there are infinite laws behind it. There can be no denying this fact. It is mathematical in its precision. Everything in this universe operates by law. The law is exact. It's how everything happens." Bob Proctor was my mentor, and he used to quote Wernher von Braun, and he said the natural laws of the universe are so precise that we don't have any difficulty building spaceships. We can send people to the moon, and you can time the landing with the precision of a fraction of a second. Our problem is we see it, we believe it. Von Braun said it, they use it, they go to the moon, but we don't bring it into our own life. We don't understand that thought is energy. We don't understand that thought waves are cosmic waves that penetrate all time and space. We don't understand that it's our thinking that controls the vibration of this body that we're living in. We don't understand that the vibration we're in dictates what we attract into our life. We don't understand that the same thing keeps reoccurring until we change the idea. If you're in harmony with the laws of the universe, your life will keep getting better and better and better. If you're living by the law, you're going to continue to earn more, attract more. You're going to feel better and you're going to have more fun. It just keeps getting better. And if it's not getting better, you're violating the laws of the universe. It's that simple. Bob Proctor would say, don't argue with it. He always tells a story that when he was a little boy, he went to Sunday school. He had to go to Sunday school or else he'd get in trouble. And when he played hooky, his sister would go home and tell their mom, and then he'd be in trouble. So it was easier just to go to Sunday school. So he says he's in the basement of the church with this introverted little girl who was a Sunday school teacher while the parents were upstairs singing and talking to one another. And while he's down there in the basement, he's told that the price of sin is death. He always thought that was rather severe, but they said it, so he thought it must be the way it is. And then I was told, if you do this, it's a sin. If you say that, it's a sin. I thought, golly, am I going to die? Well, he was pretty curious at the time. He said, so I thought, I'm going to try it. I not only tried it, I did it and I enjoyed it and I didn't die. And I did it again. I not only said it, but it didn't hurt. It felt good. And I thought, I didn't die. I thought they meant that I'd literally die if I sinned. But you see, the problem was my perception of what was being said. My understanding was what was missing. Is the price of death sin? Yes, absolutely. So you have to ask, wait a minute, what is death? Death is the opposite of life. If life is growth, then death must be ungrowth. Ungrowth. See, I'm going to be like Webster. I'm making up new words. Bob Proctor's receptionist secretary, his right-hand woman who worked closely with him for over 30 years, she would say that Bob spelled the words differently every time, but the basic law of life is to create or disintegrate. Disintegrate doesn't mean that you're going to die, disappear. It means you're either going ahead or you're going back. He boils it down to, when you violate the law, that's a sin. Violate the law, you lose at life. Get in harmony with the laws of the universe and you win. Look at it this way. The law says, give and you shall receive. When you hold out your hand to shake another person's hand, you don't ask for their hand, you just hold out your hand. You reach out and then they reach out to you. That's the way it works. When you do good, you get good. That's the law. He also says, now if I go out and try to get, that's not going to work very well. If I'm out selling and I say, I really want to help you, but I'm thinking, I want some money, I hope I make the sale, I'm violating the law. I'm sending the idea out on a conscious level that I want to help you. So it's a positive idea intellectually, but emotionally, heart to heart, if I'm thinking I want your money, so hearing the idea I want to help you, but the feeling you're picking up is I want you to help me. There's a conflict in the mind. There's a conflict. Positive idea on a conscious level, negative idea in the subconscious. The other person is picking up something emotionally. He's picking up vibrational energy, and it still impacts him. If you really want to help people, if you really want to close a sale, you've got to get the other person to write their name on a line. That's called orderly behavior. You're never going to get orderly behavior out of a mind that's in conflict. But if I say, I really want to help you, and I'm emotionally involved with really wanting to help you, you know what you have to do, just like that. You don't have to worry about closing a sale. Closing a sale is a natural conclusion to a very fine presentation. Whatever it is that you do for a living, you just want to fall in love with helping people. The amount of money you earn is always in direct relation to the amount of service that you render. This is all in harmony with the law. Wallace Wattles, the author of The Science of Getting Rich, devoted an entire chapter to the law of perpetual increase. If you're going with the law, your results are going to keep getting better. Progress, growth. When one good is realized, another desire for a greater good will develop. And then you're on to a higher and higher state. You see, another and more glorious state of being will unfold. Your vision will urge you on and on. You'll discover the advancing life is the true life, the life that God intended you to live. It's supposed to keep getting better. If your results aren't getting better, you're violating the laws of the universe. You're going to lose. You're dying or your business is dying. Bob Proctor says that's just the way it is. They may not be burying you, but your sales are going down, you're earning less money, and you don't feel as good. You haven't got any energy, you're just sort of spent. That should be a warning sign. You should think, hey, wait a minute, what happened to me? I must be violating the law. Just think of helping people. Get a big idea in your mind. Start to create. Feel good. Bob Proctor famously would tell the story that when he was a little boy, his grandmother pretty much raised him. And he said, we always thought Grandma was like God. She was a dear little lady. And she used to say, you should be satisfied with what you've got, dear. Bob Proctor said, she didn't have the right idea. She was wrong. Grandma was wrong. You should be happy with what you've got, but you should never be satisfied, because dissatisfaction is a creative state. Dissatisfaction keeps us reaching. What does the law say? It says, bigger, better, faster. The universe is always for expansion and fuller expression. That's why runners want to run faster, jumpers want to jump higher, singers want to sing more, people who are earning money want to earn more. You want to do more. Is it to get? No, it's to grow. Goals are not to get stuff. Goals are to grow. Getting is a nice side benefit, but the bigger the goal, the more alive you're going to become. It's pretty basic. You are a spiritual being. You live in a physical body, but the physical is just the physical manifestation of the higher side of you. Where is spirit? Spirit is omnipresent. Spirit is everywhere. Spirit is in you. It's in the room that you're in. It's in the people that surround you. It's in nature. It's in your computer. It's in the invisible realm surrounding you. Spirit is even in the rocks in your garden. Spirit is in a tree. Spirit is omnipresent. Spirit is everywhere. Instead of turning on the TV and getting lost in a fantasy of someone else's world, what about tapping into spirit? We live in an ocean of motion. Everything moves, nothing rests. The walls of the building you're in are vibrating. You're just vibrating at a very low rate of speed. Bob Proctor tells even a body in a coffin is moving. That's how it turns to dust. Everything moves. Nothing rests. Nothing is either created or destroyed. There's no such thing as death. You moved into your body and you're going to move out of your body. Both life and death are transitions and parts of the same great adventure. But the difference between human beings and other creatures on earth are that we are creative beings. We're created in the image of God. We can cause spirit to move in the way that we want. We can cause it to move into whatever form we want. Now, most people have the equation reversed. We've created God in our image, and now we're trying to figure out how he can be omnipresent. That's just going down the wrong path because we're ignorant of the laws of the universe. But if you study, you're going to find out that it's our perception that is causing the problem. You and I are spiritual beings. We live in a physical body, but unlike the rest of the animal kingdom, we were given an intellect. We were given intellectual faculties that no other form of life has. It's how we use these intellectual faculties that dictates our emotional state. Your emotional state is how you feel. It's the vibrational energy that you're in. So when we're talking about vibration, we're talking about our emotional state. Feeling is conscious awareness of the vibration that you're in. When you say you're not feeling good, what you're really saying is, I am consciously aware that I am not in a good vibration. What's the matter? I'm just feeling bad. Why? Well, it's the way he's acting. Oh, you're letting other people's actions control your feelings. Why would you do that? When a person is in a bad state, they start to reason and give excuses and explain. Well, you don't know what it's like. If you knew the problems I'm having, you'd know why I'm upset. If you knew the financial problems I have, you'd know why I'm upset. Why would you get upset over finances? What's the point in that? Why would you get upset over anything? Look at it just, it is what it is. Accept it. It's either going to control you or you're going to control it. In Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill says, if you're one of those who believe that hard work and honesty alone will bring riches, perish the thought. It is not true. Riches, when they come in huge quantities, are never the result of hard work alone. Riches come in response to definite demands based upon the application of definite principles, not by chance or by luck. Riches come in response to definite demands based upon the application of definite principles, not by chance or luck. So you've got to demand it of yourself. Then you've got to follow the rules. You've got to work with the law. You could very easily just skip over that, but there is an absolute law of compensation. The law of compensation clearly states that the amount of money you earn will always, in all places at all times, be in exact ratio to three things: the need for what you do, your ability to do it, and the difficulty there will be in replacing you. You can always tell a person's level of understanding by their results. If the results aren't there, they don't know it because they're not living in harmony with the law. The amount of money you earn is in exact ratio to the need for what you do. Bob Proctor says, I didn't know that when I got into this business. I didn't get into this business to earn money. I got into this business because I absolutely loved it. I just could not get enough. And before he died, he was saying, I still can't get enough. It's like I've been hungry for this since the first day I heard a record that Earl Nightingale put out. There is no limit on the amount I can earn. And I know that the only way to raise my income is to understand this better. The trick isn't in the marketing. The trick isn't in strategies. The trick is in your understanding. If the understanding isn't there, you're not going to earn more money. That's why Solomon said, with all thy getting, get understanding. There are many forms of study, but you've got to study. Knowledge is omnipresent. All the knowledge there ever was or ever will be is everywhere all the time. It's in all places at the same time. Your computer has always been here. It didn't just arrive with Steve Jobs or Bill Gates. It has always been here. We were just not aware of it. Edison became aware that there was magic in the air and that he could bottle it, direct it, and harness the energy. Niagara Falls has been there for a very long time. It had to be channeled to provide all the electrical power generated by the waterfall. You've got to understand the amount of money you earn is in exact ratio to the need for what you do. At age 87, Michelangelo said, I am still learning. Isn't that interesting? Bob Proctor died at the age of 87, and he said, I am still learning. I don't teach religion, and I'm not qualified to teach religion, but I followed Bob Proctor, and he says he knows something about the spiritual side of life. Your essence is spirit, and spirit is always for expansion. It is never for disintegration. It is always for growth. Always. Something in you wants to grow. So whatever you're doing, you're going to want to do it better. It is in your nature to grow and expand. The second part of the law of compensation is that the amount of money you earn will always be an exact ratio to your ability to do it. You can get better and better. You can become difficult to replace. There's no such thing as being indispensable. There's a great poem called The Indispensable Man. It says, take a bucket and fill it with water. Put your hand in up to the wrist. Pull it out, and the hole that's remaining is a measure of how much you'll be missed. You can splash all you wish when you enter. You may stir up the water galore, but stop, and you'll find that in no time, it looks quite the same as before. If you start to get the idea that you're indispensable, your ego is taking over and you're going in the wrong direction. There are basics. We've got to understand where the power is. The power is in the spiritual essence of who you are. And as long as you recognize that, study that, and start being a better instrument for spirit to flow through, then your results are going to improve. Napoleon Hill said, "Do not go searching for opportunity, but reach out and embrace it right where you are." Well, if you go back and think about it for a moment, if the need is there and you're difficult to replace because you're good, the trick is to keep getting better. So the only part of the law of compensation that you really have to focus on is focusing on your ability to keep getting better and better at what you do, and understand that you can always get better. We see every day things are getting better. It's really evident in sports. The records continue to get shattered. You know, for many years, people believed that a person could not run a mile any faster. They used to let wild animals chase them and they couldn't run any faster until Roger Bannister broke it into small parts and he broke the 4-minute mile. But within a month, someone else broke Roger Bannister's record. And then in the Boston Marathon, they're nearly running a 4-minute mile in a marathon. They're running a 5-minute mile and doing it 26 times. Years ago, you couldn't even conceive of anything like that. You've got to understand that the universe is abundant. You can tap into the abundance of the universe. Reach out and attract it. How do you do that? By getting clear on what you really want. What would you love? What purposeful work do you love doing? And the better you get at it, the more you will be compensated. And if your employer doesn't recognize that, the universe will find a way for you to find something better. You work at getting better. You work at putting out good, and the universe will reward you in surprising and exciting ways. The first step is to get emotionally involved with the beautiful picture that you hold in your mind of what do you want to create? How would you be living your life if you believed that spirit is omnipresent? It is in you. It is always for expansion and fuller expression. You want more good? Put good out. It's not enough just to think momentarily about, oh, that would be nice, but I can't. It must be a deep desire, a deep and profound desire for something that you think is impossible at this time. And of course, at your current level of thinking, it is impossible. You must get into the spirit of the goal that you would love to have manifest in your life. As you're thinking from that place, how great it would feel, how great it does feel, what it looks like, write about it, think about it, focus all of your leisure time and energy in that direction. And from that energetic place of the state of being what you really wish for, You start to get ideas. Things are attracted to you. The right people, the right circumstances arrive as you continue to feel already abundantly blessed in what you truly desire. Give thanks for it already being here, because it is in the spiritual realm, and it's up to you through your human hands to bring it into physical reality. Keep studying, keep rehearsing how it feels to have accomplished your goal, and become the person. Become the best version of you. Create a wonderful day. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you back here Monday morning at 7. Thank you.